They say that entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't. They are right. Most people I know will never want to, and even if they try, they can never survive the life of an entrepreneur. But there is a second half to that quote, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. Unfortunately, most entrepreneurs will never be able to achieve such a life. The reality is, they either live a perpetually toiling life hoping that they will get there someday, or they will fail. Most won't be able to see a bright future however hard they try. I know I likely won't, because I can't see my future anymore. My name is Colin. I have been an entrepreneur for 6 years now. Having retired from my cushy 5-figure civil service career, I chose to tread the life few will dare to try, at a ripe old age of 40 nonetheless. Now, so far, the journey has been largely rewarding, but I do get setbacks ever so often. The perennial late nights, the lack of sleep, the tremendous stress, the fine art of juggling between empowering staff and doing their work, managing difficult clients. Well, maybe the journey hasn't largely been rewarding after all. Peter Drucker said, the best way to predict your future is to create it. And so, despite all the challenges, I predicted and I created a future throughout my entrepreneurial journey. A future where I get to impact the lives of many people. A future where my clients become successful as a result of how we help them. A future where my staff live comfortable lives that their friends will be envious of. And a future where I get to live my dream of owning a nice bungalow with 4 expensive cars parked at the foyer, and the family taking business class flights to wherever we want to go in the world, whenever we want. But after 6 years of entrepreneurship, treading one of the most challenging paths that any person can take, this future that I predicted, that I created, I no longer see it anymore. I cannot see how I can help people become successful, how I can give my staff a good life, how I can own all those staff and live all those experiences. But you know what? I don't think I am meant to see the future. No one can. Because when I went back to reflect on that quote I shared earlier, I realized that the second half of that quote is not necessarily about that bungalow, those 4 expensive cars, and those flights around the world. No, it's never been about living a few years of a life most people won't want to, so that we can be a lot wealthier than most people. Instead, it's about a future where things remain uncertain almost all the time. A future that I cannot predict, nor is a future that I can see. Because in entrepreneurship, there is no way we can ever see what lies ahead in 10 years, 10 months, or even 10 days for that matter. But entrepreneurship is all about the path towards that unforeseeable future, that journey that would take 10 days, 10 months, or even 10 years. So yes, I cannot see my future anymore, but it is okay. Because like what Peter Drucker said, the best way to my future, even though I am blind to it, is to create it. Now that's all there is to it in entrepreneurship. To create that journey one step at a time until we reach a future. And then we continue to create another journey to another future, and then another. And this is the future of entrepreneurship. My future that I can see.